Nigga kill over a bitch, but let a rat keep his wife.
Hey y'all, we got Dawgface and AK-47 about to break down what's going on with NBA YoungBoy. Cause right now, a lot of people really don't get it. The nigga been sober the last 30 days. So what's the problem now? Usually he be doing what he be doing cause he cool now though. So what's all the ranting for? But they finna let us know what's going on. Let's get into this.
No, there's a distraction campaign going on, you guys, that NBA YoungBoy is doing. Hey, they tried to kill me, Bobo. Yo, Bobo, he tried to kill me. Nah, Ben 10 still can't walk. And them lights up, nigga.
Man, I'm just chilling, cooling. What's happening with you, man? What's the malfunction around this?
So we almost caught you in your draw. You got up right on time, nigga. Right on time. Hey, look,
No,
but we real niggas, we players. It is what it
yeah,
is, baby. You feel what I'm
yeah.
saying? So look, so they don't know why NBA YoungBoy doing this distraction campaign.
It's definitely a distraction campaign, and I would think it would be amazingly obvious. It ain't got nothing to do with no future. It don't have nothing to do with no issue. Whatever issue he had with future, that's back years. And the distraction campaign is specific. And me and you, we haven't talked. We haven't discussed this.
So
All.
you know that's
This,
why. Go ahead.
yeah. So I think it's important for saying that. When I'm about, and then I didn't know you was back yet. I thought you was still out terrorizing the whole, right? So now, welcome back. I got to say
Cause
that
look,
first.
Dawgface know what I've been going through behind the scenes too,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I ain't know you was back terrorized. I'm patient. We waiting for the Midwest terrorists to come back on the scene. But this is what it is. First of all, if you go to Young Boy's Instagram page, the first thing you're gonna notice is that he's not even following Ben 10. He ain't following Dead End Ron. He ain't even following none of that caught up in that dumb Houston running behind Jay Prince Jr. and getting themselves flamed up. That's number one. So why wouldn't you be following? People already when it comes to social media, what difference does that make, Dogface? What we all know that following and not following somebody for a star like Young Boy is an indication of who he ain't. We all know that.
Where's
We
a
all know
post?
that.
Where's a post about get well anything?
It ain't none. It ain't none. And he also know them niggas operating with the federal government. He knows hospital room. First of all, let's just back up a second. You think that
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
sitting in the
Let's
hospital?
back up. Let's back up. Let's back because these people don't know. Ben 10 and them. Go ahead. You got the floor. Go ahead.
No. Hey, listen. This the easiest. See, listen. When you on the line with a fellow terrorist, it makes it all easy. First of all, do you think that Ben 10 was sitting in the hospital room for the better part of a month, and state or federal officials then came there to question about what transpired? Do you think that?
What you gotta know is everything around YoungBoy right now is loud. And what I mean by that is All-Star JR cases coming up, All-Stars in jail, being 10 free, Daddy and Ryan free, everybody who was in that situation free. Mob ties free, even though they didn't really come up in this. Even though Jay Prince Jr. was there, he not the one who bust the move. It's all on camera who bust the move for who. NBA YoungBoy crew, Ben 10, Dead and Ryan, they assaulted All-Star JR, took his chain. We know what happened after that. Nah, Ben 10 and Dead and Ryan definitely cooperated. You heard what Dawgface said. And it's not just because he said it, it's because what we know to be true and what is true, which is that boy couldn't move and he been in the hospital for a long time. All-Star JR is in jail, and that gun that fell was definitely put on All-Star JR. That's why they treating it as such. And they want more information on mob ties. But wait, There's more. All-Star JR wouldn't be in a situation if he say, I got into it with him, and I think NBA crew bust a move on me for mob ties, for rap a lot. I think it has something but All-Star JR being a stand-up guy that he is, a real gangster. He's being set up right now. Now NBA YoungBoy, he not following Ben 10, he not following Dead End Ryan. In today's time, y'all know, once you not following somebody on something, you don't mess with them, you don't rock with them. Just the way life is now. You want to know if somebody rock with you, if they with you or not, if y'all cool or not, get on social media and see if they following you. That's real life now. Now, I'm not saying that he don't mess with them, but he definitely got to look like he distant himself from them, because it look like these niggas is telling. So that's why the rants and everything is here. YoungBoy opening his mouth, going off on everybody he possibly could think of that he had a problem with, because them niggas told. And that case finna come up, and that's probably gonna come out that they ratted. But let's continue.
Before, this is what I know for a fact. This is not what I'm surmising or guessing. He cooperated with law enforcement. He told law enforcement that the gun wasn't his, that the gun was JR's, right? That's what he told law enforcement. That's number one. Number two, it's quiet on the NBA side of things as it specifically relates to all this. They quiet. They quiet because they have been cooperating. That's why they quiet. They've been cooperating. And then we know there's a greater investigation with the feds trying to nail rap a lot or slash mob ties to the cross. And all this situation did was open them up even more, because they got themselves into a situation where you got these goofy bruise niggas all over the place and they was doing all their talking. And then academic stepped up, and academic was communicating for these niggas, and everything that he was communicating for these, it really just opened up a whole can of worms that they didn't want to be open. They didn't want to open up.
Hey,
NBA YoungBoy.
before all that happened, what did I tell you was gonna happen with that?
Oh, you already told me, Jay, I was gonna get picked up. You know what I'm saying? You already
And
told
what
me
did
what
I
was
tell
going
you
to
academics was gonna start doing?
defending NBA.
I told you.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
told
exactly what happened. If you were, if you weren't telling the truth, I would say you weren't telling the truth, right? But you knew the relationship with NBA and academics.
academics.
I wasn't even paying
You didn't
attention to.
know. You didn't know.
I wasn't paying attention to that. I wasn't paying attention to the fact that when that tour was going on, that academics was state to state with them. You know what I'm saying? On stage with
Because
them.
really what
You know
you
what I'm saying?
doing, what you didn't know you was doing, when you talk to Ack about it, he's just related to them.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
it's giving them, okay, the
A
game
game
plan
plan.
of what we should do.
So basically what's going on here is, I remember Dawgface was talking to academics about the All-Star JR being 10 Houston situation. He letting him know that Dawgface was letting academics know what he knew, as far as being 10 getting spit on, being 10 getting hit with the pistol, being 10 just wiggle your toes, nigga. So just think about what I'm saying. Dawgface telling academics what's going on. Academics was on tour running around with YoungBoy and them, stage to stage, doing what he do, being academics. But him being around the NBA Young crew, after so many shows, man, I know the nigga had to feel like he was part of the team. So you get information, what you think academics was gonna do. He gonna go feed them information. Hey, they said that being 10 can't walk. That's what Dawgface and them is speculating and saying, and being 10, they did get a chain, they didn't get a chain, whatever the story is. Academics is feeding it to them. So they getting right to put their story out there, which their story was a lie. Being 10 told academics that he could wiggle his toes, but that was a lie. Being 10 told academics he didn't get spit on. That was a lie. So it's things that Dawgface just said that he didn't even know, as far as when he was telling him the information, going right back to them as if academics picked a side. That's why I'm saying all this. He picked a side. Yeah, he gonna take the information in, but he ran back to them as fast as he could so they can get their story together. Now, academics probably ain't know that they was gonna lie about it, but they did, and that's what he received. But let's continue.
Yeah. Because they all told on JR. That's why JR is in jail. They all did. They gave statements in the hospital.
Yeah, absolutely did. That's 100% true. They did.
So that's what's going on right now. And what NBA YoungBoy is doing is coming out dissing all these rappers and all this to deflect. Nobody's worried about for now. Is do not. NBA YoungBoy is purposefully removing the attention from that to itself, so nobody can pay attention to that no more. That's still going on though right now to this day, y'all. Don't y'all know there's a man in jail for this?
Yeah, they should know. It should be obviously clear. So what you're saying is absolutely correct, bro. Listen, because whenever YoungBoy is going back and forth with somebody, whenever there's a question about him, the first thing that you will see in the comments is due to being 10. Or what's up with your man's them? Why you ain't supporting your man's them? So he's having to answer all these questions about what transpired in Houston with his crew, people who he has acknowledged were representing him. So it is not a coincidence that he's not following none of the goofy, dumbass, satanic people under the stare, demonic ass niggas no more. And that's not to say that he not like that too, but he trying to distance himself from this. And then he doing all this to create a narrative to take people's attention off what the heart of the issue is supposed to be.
You see what I'm saying? See this bit. See people like this. That has nothing to do with YB. We didn't say that YB has something to do with the shooting. We didn't say. What we're saying is he's just completely running a distraction campaign. Why is YB dissing Gilly and all these people for no reason?
AK, listen, bro. Listen. So for the people who not paying attention, and for the people who like drinking lean and smoking weed all day and too slow to figure this, what you just said is exactly the truth. Where the fuck? Listen, whenever you see somebody of his level of stardom like spazzing out like this, there's always a reason why. It's never just because of a coincidence. He didn't just wake up one day and decide to address some shit 6 years old. Who believes that? Raise your hand. Only a slow bus ride, window licking to believe that this nigga in Switzerland somewhere woke up one day and decided to go at all these people.
What's the latest on JR?
I talked to him 3 days ago, bro. Wait, he preparing for trial. You know, he preparing for trial.
How do these niggas get nothing?
Well, let me give you just the full blown update. So listen, so the feds picked him up for being a felon in possession of a firearm and for interstate trafficking of a firearm because they're saying the firearm that was used in the shooting. So here's what federalized it. The shooting itself didn't make the case federal. What took the case federal is they added a supplemental charge onto the felon in possession of a firearm, and that was interstate gun trafficking, or because the gun was manufactured and registered in the state of Georgia, but it was used in the commission of this situation in the state of Texas. So, and it wasn't re-registered in the state of Texas. So they're saying that the gun was illegally transported from Georgia to Texas. So in that way, they're saying that's what made it federalized. That's number one. And then the state, Harris County came in and they charged him with one count of of assault with the intent on one person, and that was being 10. What they're saying is that when he came back and he shot Ben 10 again, that's where the violation happened at. Everything before that, they're saying that he was justified because he was responding to being robbed and
Assaulted.
attacked and
Yeah.
assaulted. So they're saying that when he came back and he shot Ben 10 while he was laying, according to them, motionless on the ground, then he spit on him and slapped that pistol. They're saying that was one step too far. My theory,
But hold
and
on, before you keep going, I just want to add
Mhm.
in one thing. Okay. Well, where is their assault and robbery and attempted robbery charges though, then? Where are they? Because
they're not going to be charged because they cooperated. They're not going to be charged. So in exchange for them cooperating against JR, they're not going to be charged for assault and robbery. They're not going to
but
be assault.
their assault and robbery led to the shooting.
You sound like me.
But
Right.
what I'm saying, if all he getting charged with is he initially had self-defense
Yes.
and then he went to so where's the initial case at? It gotta still be there. The initial case is what led to him. But
Mhm.
if the initial case is still there, well, they robbed and assaulted me. So where they just nowhere. So they don't get nothing. They just got off scotch-free with assault and robbery.
Yes.
Scotch-free,
Yes.
no charges coming, nothing.
None.
There's something wrong.
Yeah. And listen, the only people who think that there is nothing wrong are NBA people under the stairs. Don't feed the gremlin at the midnight, dumbass niggas.
Yeah, but
Because yeah,
there's
but
something.
so had it not but for the assault. And when we talk about assault, we're just talking about somebody getting into it. We're not talking about one person hitting
Yeah,
somebody, right? We're talking about a mob, right? So we're saying, but we're talking about. So
a
listen,
big group of
so
niggas.
yeah, so this is not a simple assault. A simple assault is just me walking up to somebody and putting my hands on them in a way that is inappropriate. So right. So what we're talking about here is that when you have 5, 6 people jumping on one person, that's not just a simple assault. That's an aggravated assault because when you have 3 or 4 or 5 people jumping on one person,
That's a
that is a
gang of niggas.
that's a felonious assault
Yeah.
because 5 people equate a weapon. And
With
then you see
intent
with the
of
intent.
bodily harm too.
Yeah, and then no. How about them picking up the chairs? How
Oh
about them
yeah.
picking up chairs?
Oh yeah. They pick up their hit the damn. So JR just got set up here.
Yes. This is
Where's Jay
this.
Prince Jr. and Jay Prince Sr.'s names at? Why have we forgot? Like we went from this and then YoungBoy start acting a fool. And now because he didn't start dissing niggas, he just started speaking. And
Mhm,
everybody was like, YoungBoy. Bro, they picked up chairs.
mhm.
Yeah, that's a fucking melee. Somebody in the comments said that's a melee. They was